Good morning. This morning it's Thursday morning. It's the 7th of October, and our devotions today are still in that section, foolish wisdom, and that's obviously a reference to the Beatitudes, which is the first part of the study here in our Sermon on the Mount study. We looked at words from Frederick Buechner yesterday. Oddly enough, I had come across those someplace else and had copied them off because I liked it so much. So as I'm reading, I thought, "Oh, did I read this already?" But you hadn't heard it yet, and I hope it challenges. I was talking with someone on Sunday about how they used to not like the word challenge because it sounds like, you must be wrong, so I need to challenge your assumptions or whatever like that. And actually, it's a come on, you can do it. That's a way to also look at a challenge. You can be better. You can do it. You can strive for it. And so that's why I like challenge. I want to be encouraged to do better, to be more. We understand that in athletes and all kinds of people's lives, military. I believe that used to be one of the themes. Was it strive to be better, something along those lines? Anyway, foolish wisdom, the wisdom of the Beatitudes, the wisdom of the Sermon on the Mount is not the world's wisdom. And so we're continuing to look at that today with a man by the name of, don't get the wrong impression, John Deere, but it's not the tractor people. It's John Deere, Dear, as in, if you reverse it, Dear John. So I had to look him up. I did not know who he was. He's a Catholic priest, very much into the nonviolence and promotion of peace, which obviously is what Jesus is about as well, and the Sermon on the Mount is also about. And so here's what this is a very short one today, so that's why I'm gabbing more. John Deere. If we want to take Jesus's Beatitudes and Sermon on the Mount seriously, we had best first confess our preference for the false teachings of the culture of violence and war and renounce them once and for all. I call these false spiritual teachings the anti-Beatitudes, the anti-Sermon on the Mount. Here they are in a nutshell. These are the anti-Beatitudes, okay? Blessed are the rich. Blessed are those who never mourn, who cause others to mourn. Blessed are the violent, the oppressors, those who dominate others or run the domination system. Interesting in light of the recent news on the Pandora Papers and how the rich keep getting richer. And in the meantime, they oppress the poor. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for injustice. Blessed are those who show no mercy. Blessed are the impure of heart. Blessed are the war makers. Blessed are those who are never persecuted, who never struggle for justice, who never rock the boat on behalf of the poor and disenfranchised, who are never insulted because of their allegiance to the nonviolent Jesus. These anti-Beatitudes undergird the spirituality of violence and war that fuels our culture. If we imagine the opposite of what Jesus teaches, it may help us gain a little more clarity and insight into his teachings. As we ponder the culture's anti-Beatitudes, we realize how profoundly we have bought into the culture of violence, how deeply its false teachings have penetrated our minds and hearts, and how strongly we resist what Jesus has to say. That's a challenge. How do I look at the world? How do I look at these truths of the Beatitudes about humility and mourning and peace, about recognizing that position of the Beatitudes and the Sermon on the Mount is an uncomfortable one for many. And if we truly hold to it, we will be persecuted in some ways. Maybe not getting our heads cut off like they do in other places in the world, but maybe just from a friend who won't talk to us anymore. Maybe from someone who breaks fellowship. Maybe a boss that blocks a promotion. There's all kinds of ways to suffer persecution. Some are bloodier, some are still painful. Blessings to you today, and be in that Sermon on the Mount, be in those Beatitudes. Try and recognize that you see Jesus in those things, and the Father's plan is to form us into His Son's image. Blessings to you today.